The man accused in a string of sexual assaults known as the Ramsey Street rapes will face a judge tomorrow. DNA testing and genetic genealogy led police to charge Daryl Wayne Bowden in the case. Since our Ramsey Street rape series aired 15 days ago, one woman is pushing to change DNA collection laws in our state. She changed legislation in North Carolina before, and she's determined to do it again.
Anytime I hear of a rape that could have been prevented with DNA legislation, it makes me more determined to see these laws passed.
Jayanne Cepich watched our series on the Ramsey Street rapes from her home in New Mexico. It ignited her passion for justice that's rooted in pain. Labor Day weekend 2003, Jayanne's daughter, Katie, was brutally raped and murdered while away at college.
The only clues we had to who might have done that were from the skin and blood that was under her fingernails. She fought so hard for her life, and there was skin and blood, and a DNA profile was extracted.
3 years went by before a man already in jail had his DNA run through a database and checked against other crimes. A match linked him to the murder of Katie Cepich.
I made the offhand comment to the detective in charge of her case that the man that killed her was such a monster that he would be arrested for something else, and his cheek would be swabbed and we would be able to identify him. And that's when I learned that in most states at that time it was illegal to take DNA at the time of arrest.
That's when Cepich started DNA Saves, a group committed to working with states to pass laws allowing DNA to be taken upon arrest for felonies. They've worked with victims advocate Elizabeth Smart and even Governor Roy Cooper when he was our state's attorney general. President Obama even enacted Katie's Law back in 2010, a federal law that provides funding for enhanced DNA collection for felony arrests. Now Cepich once again wants to change laws in North Carolina, making it mandatory to collect DNA for all felony arrests.
And that's one of the reasons that Ramsey Street rapist case is so very important to take note of. I believe that if the law had been in effect and been implemented, there may have been several of those young women who would not have been raped.
Jayanne is already in contact with State Representative Billy Richardson. The two are planning to propose a new bill.
The science has gotten so good that we can almost treat it. In fact, I think it's a more reliable identifier than fingerprints. And so I think what we need to do is just like we do with fingerprints. Anytime there's an arrest made on a serious crime, a person's fingerprinted, I think that their DNA sample ought to be taken as well and put in the data bank.
I believe time is of the essence because there are women who will be saved from being raped or perhaps even murdered if we have this legislation in place.
Right now, 17 states currently collect DNA upon all felony arrests. Cepich wants to make North Carolina the 18th. She says it's all about fulfilling her daughter's dream of wanting to change the world.
I'm a very spiritual person, and I believe that Katie is working with me. She was the type of young woman who wouldn't let anything stand in the way of getting what she wanted, and I believe that she's still doing that.
Groups like the ACLU are against this type of testing, saying it violates the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unlawful search and seizures. But Cepich believes her group's efforts are getting criminals off the streets. In the state of New York, which collects DNA for all felonies and convicted misdemeanors, their DNA database has helped prosecutors obtain nearly 3,000 convictions.